Hello and welcome back to Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. How we doing, folks? Truthfordians, Ethan Johnson, I see you. How you doing, man? Let's stop the replay from that. Oigara Derek, nice to see you, man. Always nice to see new faces in the stream. Hi, how are you? Unabu. What does Unabu mean? Unabu. A babe? A boo? A babe-boo? What am I? Is that a compliment? Is that a diss? I do not know. But good to see new faces in the chat. Niche fan, liked. Thank you very much, Niche fan. I hope you're doing well, man. Admin must be on the line with Sir Jim and Barada again. Well, I mean, Barada has been giving talks today, so that is something that we are going to be going over. Let's start the stream off, though, with Sekou Kone. So Sekou Kone, as most of us know, had a pretty bad head injury yesterday in an under-21 game against Tamworth, I believe. Sekou Kone, this is as per Stephen Railston. Sekou Kone is conscious, stable and communicating with United's medical team after being stretchered off against Tamworth. He has been taken to hospital as a precaution for further checks. Sekou Kone was discharged from hospital early this morning and continues to recover in Manchester. So thankfully, Sekou Kone is doing all right. Obviously, had a bad injury last night, but yeah, happy to see that Sekou Kone is doing well, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery. So well wishes to Sekou Kone. Moving on to Theo Walcott. Theo Walcott did come out today saying that United's front three of Šeško, Mbuemo and Cunha is actually quite scary. It's good to see that there are actually some people in the media who aren't just writing Manchester United off, as always, and giving us our credit. So thank you, Theo Walcott, the man who invented pace on FIFA. Moving on to Omar Barada. Omar Barada did address Manchester United staff at Carrington today, announcing 3 new core values to work to. Those core values are badge, bravery, and spirit. I don't know what the core value badge actually means. I mean, obviously, probably respecting the badge, but what is the meaning of badge? Distinguish? Emblem? Distinguishing emblem? I don't know what Omar Barada really meant by including badge in the 3 core values, but yep, those are the core values now: badge, bravery, and spirit. Everyone also got a water bottle with the motto on: majority feedback constructive, some critical of the regime, says Laurie Whitwell, in terms of Omar Barada reporting what the updates are for the Manchester United staff today at Carrington. 4th value needs to be get Baleba, play for the badge. I understand that, but at the same time, like, putting that as one of the key words is kind of, I don't know, a bit confusing, I'd like to say. I don't know, it seems a bit forced adding badge in there. It's kind of like they couldn't think of any other key words to put in the core values, so they just went with, yeah, let's put badge. We fight for the badge. What else do we have? So this is also per Laurie Whitwell, who shared that during Omar Barada's meeting with Manchester United staff, attendees scanned a QR code to answer the following question. What do you need to deliver on these 3 principles? Most feedback was positive, emphasizing integrity, collaboration, and hard work. However, some highlighted However, some highlighted frustrations with Sir Jim Ratcliffe's cost-cutting regime, including redundancies and changed conditions. Complaints included stop being cheapskates, lack of trust in leadership, no budget, influence or autonomy, slow spending approvals, calls to restore the Old Trafford staff restaurant, which was removed by Ineos, and concerns over employee relocation to Carrington, creating a class divide. Plus a split canteen between players and non-football staff. I mean, realistically, I think there should always be a split between the staff and the players. I mean, it's not as though the staff are having to go out and perform in front of like 80,000 fans every week, so I'm not too against that. Berardi read the responses on stage for about 10 minutes, and he visibly reacted to critiques and later commented, "Interesting." So, yeah, don't know how well Omar Berardi took all of that, but yeah, I mean that's the nature of the business, really, isn't it? Let's see what you lads are saying. Good to see you, man. How you doing today, my guy? All good, bro. All good. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully somebody said get rid of Onana. I would be shocked if any United... I don't know, maybe there's like a club rule that you can't say things about players, maybe, because they're also technically employees of the club. Truthfordians, Diego, how you doing, man? By the way, what a day. Nelson Mandela is heading to Rome, it seems. Freedom! People want their freedom, aka, what's his name from Braveheart? William Wallace. William Wallace is also going to Rome. Ethan, Diego, what up? But yeah, I mean, that is the big news as well, that Sancho could be on his way to Rome. Now, there have been conflicting reports on this. Fabrizio Romano's obviously reported on it, so good sources, and some conflicting news. So we will get onto the Sancho situation in just a sec, but just on the Omar Berardi meeting held with Manchester United staff, I think Jason Wilcox also spoke. So during the staff meeting, Benjamin Šeško was mentioned by name. Jason Wilcox praised Benji for showing great determination to join the club, claiming he turned down higher salary offers from Newcastle United, even after agreeing personal terms with Manchester United, a claim disputed by sources at Newcastle. Šeško made his first appearance for United on Sunday, playing against the under-21s in a training match at Carrington. We haven't heard any reports of how Šeško performed in that game. Obviously, it was behind closed doors, so can't imagine that we will hear anything that will give away if he will start on Sunday or not. Also in the meeting, sponsorships were raised. So Mark Armstrong told employees that Manchester United are about to announce 3 new sponsorships, one of which is Coca-Cola, which has been announced now. I believe that deal is worth, combined actually, I believe those 3 new sponsorship deals are worth £70 million. It says here Armstrong and his team agreed over the past 5 months on deals worth over £70 million. So that is definitely a good sign for Manchester United that we haven't lost our pull, that many rival fans thought we had. But no, Manchester United have not lost their pull. Another sponsor is Sokin. So Manchester United announced multi-year agreement with Sokin, a fintech company, as the club's new official global business payment solutions partner. So yeah, if anyone's looking for some global business payment solutions, Sokin is your place to go. Actually, why am I promoting them? They do not sponsor Old Truthford. They sponsor Old Trafford. Are they good? I don't know. Let's wait and see. get those predictions in on stoppage time. Yeah, I know. I've still got to chase. I believe I've got to chase a couple more people, but it will be worth it, gents. So thank you for getting your predictions in on time. We are going to be covering that throughout the season. Waiting for Baleba news. Yep, there have been some reports again on Baleba, but do we believe it? Do we not? We'll have to see. Hopefully a Newcastle fans hear what they said about Šeško. Honestly, they've been through enough, man. They've been through enough, those Newcastle fans. What else do we have? So, Fernandes was also praised during this staff meeting where Ruben Amorim brought him up. So, during the staff meeting, Ruben Amorim praised Bruno Fernandes for turning down much more money at Al Hilal. Jason Wilcox praised Benjamin Šeško for accepting lower Manchester United salary, as mentioned earlier. So, I mean, it's good to see that these players are getting recognition for joining Manchester United outside of the pitch as well. I mean, the fans already love them, but it's good to promote that within the club as well, I guess. So yeah, that is positive news from Manchester United. In the staff meeting, Ruben Amorim reiterated he only wants players who truly want to be at Manchester United. He also further praised Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes, Bruno Fernandes, saying the captain could have earned far more money in Saudi, but chose to stay. A show of leadership that deserves respect. Round of applause for Bruno Fernandes. Where are we? If I win, I'll request my prize to be admin's face reveal. Unfortunately, Diego, the prize is set, but best believe it will be worth the wait. It will be worth the wait. Do you see Baleba joining us this window? I do, Eshaw, I do. I think there's too much smoke without fire at the moment. If Brighton were 100% against the deal, they'd obviously report that to, say, like Fabrizio Romano or someone like that and say, yep, he's 100% not for sale. But we have yet to hear that. All we've heard is it's going to be difficult. So as long as we pay the money, pay the piper, then we will get Baleba this summer transfer window. I'm very confident of that. But just on the United captain, Bruno Fernandes, he did come out today saying, I hope you'll hear less about Bruno this year, but a lot more about United. That's my main objective, because my name being spoken, let's say vaguely alone, it doesn't fill me with pride or anything. United being talked about, being positive, that's the most important thing, and that's what I want for this season. If it happens that Bruno has to score fewer goals, he's speaking about himself in third person here, but if it happens that Bruno has to score fewer goals, provide less assists, or do another type of provision, what is necessary for the games, I would be very happy. So yeah, Bruno Fernandes obviously acting like a captain here, saying he doesn't care about the individual awards, he just wants Manchester United to do well. And I hope the players get behind this, because, I mean, we all know we need Manchester United to do well this season. And yeah, it is a shame that Bruno Fernandes has come at the time where he's getting all the plaudits instead of it being shared across the team. But with Mbeumo, with Cunha, hopefully we will be mentioning their names a lot more than Fernandes this season. You know what I feel? We should have sold Bruno for 100 mil for Mainu to get his chance, because I think Bruno got 1 to 2 years at the top at best. I don't know. I think Bruno, the way that Bruno looks after his body, I think he's got at least 3 years. And then even after that, probably becomes a squad player and stays in the squad. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bruno Fernandes retire at Manchester United should Ruben Amorim stay at Manchester United. I think he's just a class character. He's always going to be available, and yeah, I think he can play in a variety of different positions. So I do see Bruno Fernandes retiring at Manchester United if we perform well under Ruben Amorim. An interesting thing about Baleba, I think we will get onto him in just a sec, so I'll save that story for then. But yeah, Diego, I'd want to keep Bruno till he can keep providing, already among club legends. Yep, completely agree. I think just as a squad player, I mean, you look at Luka Modric at Real Madrid, how he's managed to stay there for so long. I think Fernandes will have that arc at Manchester United, personally. What about Kobe? Kobe could come in. It depends on Kobe, really. If Kobe is going to push for like first team playing minutes and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, if we go back into Europe, I mean, Kobe's going to get enough game time. Fernandes is going to get enough game time. Everyone's going to get enough game time. So it's all dependent on if Mainu wants to go somewhere and he thinks that he's going to be the main man, or he becomes a part of a generational winning squad at Manchester United. That's entirely up to the player, realistically. What are you going to add? When are you going to add the Erik Ten Hag to the intro? I'm sure I'll add a little sneak peek just for you, Ishaw. Just for you. I'll give Erik Ten Hag a little Easter egg somewhere. It should be a transition where Kobe takes the mantle as Bruno retires. Yep, that's how I see it, Diego. That's why it's entirely up to Mainu if he's willing to wait as Bruno Fernandes gets older for him to become a first team starter or not. If obviously Mainu gets itchy feet and he wants to be a first team starter and he wants to be a main man at a project somewhere, then fair enough. We will take that 40-50 mil for him, but no, I think Kobe would be right in waiting for Bruno Fernandes to get a bit older and then take over the mantle, but we'll have to wait and see. Folks, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button. We do go live every single evening, covering the latest Manchester United news. So, yeah, join the community, join the chat, let us know what you're thinking. Moving on from Bruno Fernandes, we are going to go to Rooney. So Rooney has been speaking on Benjamin Šeško. This is what he's had to say. Šeško is an important signing as a focal point. He is fast, good with the ball and in the air. And I think that's a big telling point or selling point, really, of Šeško that Rooney's mentioning here. Obviously, Højlund's fast. We all know that. Is he good with the ball? Not necessarily. And is Šeško better than Højlund in the air? 100%. 100%. If you look at... Let me see if I can pull this up. If you look at Højlund's stats... I think he's one of the worst strikers when it comes to aerial duels. So Højlund wins 1.41 aerial duels every game, whereas Šeško, he wins 2.61. So, I mean, it's night and day, really. It's almost double the aerial duels that Højlund wins, Šeško wins. So yeah, I'm expecting big things from Šeško, and I think Rooney sees that as well. Wayne Rooney has also predicted Manchester United to finish 5th this season in the Premier League. So let me see if I can pull up some Admin's Angels predictions as well, while we've got some of you in the chat. So Rooney's predicting Manchester United to finish 5th. We've got Diego and Ethan in the chat, as well as Ishaw. Ishaw, you are predicting Manchester United to finish 6th. Diego is predicting Manchester United to finish... Wait a sec, I haven't put yours on the table yet, Diego. Let us know in the comments. Ethan is predicting Manchester United to finish 4th, so... Shame on you, Ishaw. Shame on you. Manchester United finished 6th. Come on now. What else do we have? Kobe isn't for sale at any price, says Ethan. Agree, Ethan. It's really up to him if he's patient to wait for his moment. We also have Toby Collier, who is looking to move on. Toby Collier is looking to move on loan to West Brom. I mean, God bless him. Because nobody really wants to go to the Baggies. But having said that, they are making a challenge for the Premier League this next season with a few signings. Apparently, they are on the up. So yeah, let's see how Toby Collier does at West Brom. Fabrizio Romano added in his story that Toby Collier is seen as the future for Manchester United. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how he gets on at West Brom. But I'm hoping it's not the end of Toby Collier, because when we have seen him come on, he looks very very assured in himself, and yeah, I think he is going to be at least a squad player in the future for Manchester United, unless he's sold on for maybe like 20-40 mil. I think more teams drop off this season that had a performance last season. I agree as well, Diego. I agree as well. I will be doing a video, hopefully get it out tomorrow maybe, covering my Premier League predictions as well as showing all of yours on the big screen. So we'll have to... We do have that to look forward to. Just need to grind tonight. Mainly looking at Forest, Villa, Newcastle. Yeah, Forest are going to have an absolute drop-off, if I'm being honest. If anyone's put Forest high up in their predictions, they are going to be seeing a massive drop-off. I think the Milan move suits Rasmus. If he plays well, they will buy him, or we will find him a club and sell for like 35-40 mil plus add-ons. But if he flops, I don't see him at another top club. I just wish that we could get a full sale for him, to be honest, because I think when United players go on loan, barring like Anthony, has any United player really impressed on loan? I mean, Anthony has. Rashford did mediocre at Aston Villa. I don't think he was amazing. I don't think he was terrible. That could help United reach that higher finish, I believe. Yeah, I think United will leapfrog these teams. But yeah, I wish we just sold Mount 100% instead of putting him on loan. Mason Mount has also come out today, speaking on the upcoming season. He has had to say it's very important to start well, to start with intensity. But just before I read out that quote, Ethan, Ahmad was good on loan. The argument I would say against Ahmad's, why Ahmad did well on loan, is that Ahmad didn't have like a full season at Manchester United where like he was struggling and then get put on loan. He joined the side under Solskjaer, played like 10 games, got like 2 goals, something like that. So there wasn't much expectation around Ahmad. And then he was put on loan to develop. I think it's a different case when people or players join Manchester United. They struggle for a season or 2 seasons, and then they're put on loan, if you know what I mean. I feel like there's a lot more pressure on them when they are on loan, whereas Ahmad didn't really have any pressure on him. Like, I don't think people were keeping up with Ahmad too much while he was at Rangers. We were only hearing good things, and I think that's what surprised a lot of fans. The fact that we actually put a player on loan and they actually perform well. So yeah, I think that's the main difference between Ahmad and those other players. But yeah, let's go over Mason Mount and what he's had to say. Mason Mount, it's very important to start well, to start with intensity. We are a team that can win thanks to this intensity and the way we want to press, the way we want to move the ball and dominate the game and create opportunities. That's the way the manager wants to play, so it's exciting to see what we do in training before putting it into practice in matches. Okay, so based on what Mason Mount's saying, I'm expecting a very attacking start to the Premier League season. He also added, throughout last season, the fans, were by our side at every match to support us. Even though it was very, very tough, we have to give back to them, and we can only do that by delivering good performances. Amen, brother. Amen. I mean, there's only so many 0-0s and like United conceding in the first 20 minutes we can watch. I'm hoping the watch-alongs for this season coming up are going to be a lot more enjoyable. Ahmad was good on loan. I think Rashford's latest reflections on the club were insightful and profound. I completely agree with him. And I completely disagree with you, niche fan. I don't think Marcus Rashford said anything new. I think it was very victim mentality-esque, saying that, we can't do anything if we have new managers all the time. We can't set playing principles and all of this stuff. But what he doesn't acknowledge is the fact that the reason we've had so many managers is because the players have downed tools consistently. It's only Louis van Gaal that was sacked, not because of how the players played, but because Jose Mourinho was available on the market and the board wanted to pounce on that. So, I mean, for me personally, I think Rashford kind of avoided all accountability with the fact that the players down tools under almost every manager. And there was no mention of that in the interview. It was just all kind of, poor us, because the managers kept changing. So, not a fan of that. Casemiro said we will win the league this season. Lol. Yeah, he did. I will get onto that soon. I feel sorry for Rashford in that his entire United career was hamstrung by a lack of a singular focus direction by the Glazers. There was a singular focus direction, niche fan. There was actually a handful of them with managers, but the problem is the players under-delivered, and that's what led to the managers getting sacked, I'm afraid. But let's move on to the man of the moment, Carlos Baleba. I did predict that we would see a bid come in this weekend at the latest. And it does look as though a bid has been put in. Whether this is reliable or not, I do not know. But let's read all the updates on Baleba. So, Fabrizio Romano reported Manchester United are still working on the Carlos Baleba deal. Still very difficult, but United are not giving up at the moment. Baleba would go to United immediately, but club to club is still far from solution. Brighton are still not giving an official price to Manchester United for Carlos Baleba. United are still working on the deal and in contact with Baleba's agents. Now, don't get worried, guys, because Baleba to United, when Fabrizio Romano is saying that Brighton haven't given us a fee, Fabrizio also added that they did the exact same thing with Chelsea and Caicedo. So I think this is just how Brighton negotiate, in all honesty. So we are just waiting to see how things develop. But yeah, today the big news with Baleba, BBC News, I think it's Miguel Delaney of BBC News, reported that Brighton want around £120 million for Carlos Baleba. Manchester United are currently figuring out how to construct a payment package, and with one consideration to offer an initial £80 million, with the rest made up of add-ons. So yeah, we're currently constructing a bid with an initial offer of £80 million, with the rest made up of add-ons. We'll see how that develops. I'd imagine that will get rejected. But I think maybe if we go around 85 million with 15 mil add-ons, I think we can strike up a deal. The bid has also been backed up by Indy Kayla, who are absolutely storming this transfer window, by the way. Indy Kayla, great account on Twitter if you're not following them. Indy Kayla really are pushing all of the latest Manchester United news as well as other transfer news, so shout out to them. They've been shouted out by Ornstein, and they've been shouted out by Fabrizio Romano, I believe, if not just Ornstein. But folks, if you're new to the stream, please drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. We are going to be going live every single night, covering the latest Manchester United transfer news. And that moves on to Roy Keane, who has criticised Baleba. And this is what Roy Keane has said. I'd be surprised if it happened. I still think that he's got to do a bit more. There's still potential. You're not going to pay £100 million. You're on about buying big money for strikers who are guaranteed. I still think it's potential for some of these players. You can't pay £100 million for a player that still you don't know which way it's going to go. So, Roy Keane is up for taking the safe approach rather than splurging and splashing the cash on Baleba. Let me know what you guys think about that. Personally, I do think Baleba's worth it because, I mean, he could be the heart of our midfield for the next however long, and if not, he could be obviously a squad player for however long. I think Baleba has shown enough to justify maybe not 100 mil price tag, but like around an 85 mil price tag. Let's look at some of Baleba's stats here. I mean, when you look at his stats, he's ridiculous. Like, he's in the top 76% for aerials won, blocks, interceptions, tackles, successful take-ons, pass completion, shots on goal. Safe, I mean, not safe, sorry, I just saw your comment. Baleba is going to be a revelation if we get him. So what are we saying in the chat, folks? Baleba ain't coming, says Safer. Obviously, we disagree as it pertains to Rashford's sentiments. However, to say it's victim mentality, I feel is going too far. I think, had Rashford actually mentioned the fact that, oh, okay, the player's under-delivered as well, then I wouldn't have said victim mentality. But the fact that he's trying to blame the fact that the managers are leaving every 3 years as the reason why Manchester United have failed, but not acknowledged that the reason why those managers have left is because the players have under-delivered, makes me come to the conclusion that that's victim mentality, in my opinion. Brighton is literally the Mr. Crap of football. I mean, the guy want to leave, let him be. That's a very good reference there, Safer. The idea Baleba isn't coming now is absurd. It's simply taking time to structure the deal. We ain't getting him for 80 mil. Brighton will want to start 100 mil plus. They don't need to sell this summer. Roy is always negative about everything. He is, to be fair. I think it's just him playing the game of the pundit at this stage. What else? I'm just scared of him being another Ugarte. You're scared of Baleba being another Ugarte? Nah, Baleba's actually got some intensity about him. So what does Roy Keane suggest, if not Baleba? We don't have a viable midfield, and Brighton fully understand his ceiling and value. So just on Baleba, guys, I did read, I don't have the tweet in front of me now, but I did read a pretty interesting theory on Baleba. So one journalist did say that the reason why Manchester United haven't been linked to any midfielders throughout the entire summer is that, I mean, like, we've been linked to Cunha, obviously, the whole summer. We took our time with the Mbeumo deal. We got Šeško over the line pretty quick. Only took a couple of weeks. But apparently, and this is from a reporter's, like, conspiracy theory kind of thing, he's saying that the reason why we've been linked to no other midfielders is the fact that Manchester United were waiting to get this Baleba deal done during the middle of the transfer window or towards the end, because we wanted all of the other clubs to blow their budgets, meaning that we would have a complete free run at Carlos Baleba. Now, I don't know if it's true, but if it is, then that is genius market strategy by Manchester United. So hopefully it is true, but yeah, I am very confident in the new United regime, and I am very happy at the fact that we have decided to go for Baleba during the middle of the transfer window when all the other clubs have spent their money. We need to sell Xerxes. He's crud, says Safer. Safer, get in the bin, mate. Get in the bin. Xerxes is going to have an amazing season this season. Mark my words. What else do we have? Mazraoui. So we understand Nusayr Mazraoui is expected to miss the season opener v Arsenal, with the Moroccan currently doing strength and rehab work. Club insist that it is a minor injury from the US tour and not a significant one, working hard to be back. So Mazraoui is not going to be available for the season opener, which looks like it's either going to be Ahmad or Delo starting at right wing back. given the fact that Ahmad's played a lot more minutes, I'd lean towards Ahmad starting that game. We'll have to wait and see, but he did have a big stinker against Fiorentina. So, guys, who would you start? Would you start Ahmad or would you start Delo at right wing back? Xerxes is an intelligent and cultured midfielder. He will flourish given time. He's a striker. He's a striker. It's crud that we waited till the end of the transfer to get him. He has no preseason and doesn't get the system. But it means that we don't actually have competition for signing him. Like, I mean, if someone else came in and was willing to offer more money for him, then that would be us absolutely stuck, wouldn't it? I think it's too early to judge Xerxes. Don't forget Vinicius' first 2 seasons was literally shiz. So be patient with him, guys, says I. I'd be surprised Xerxes gets 18 goals and assists. I reckon he'll get 15. I reckon he'll get 15, Xerxes will. Ahmad, absolutely not Delo. Also, Amarim will start Delo. You think Amarim will start Delo? I hope not. I hope not. Brighton can wait till next summer and sell him 100 mil. Safer, if we wait till next summer, then all the big clubs are also going to be coming in for Baleba. So that's what I'm saying. They've waited till the middle of the transfer window so that we can have a free run and we can just target him straight away. He can't even stay fit. Who can't stay fit? But yeah, let's move over to Mbeumo. Brian Mbeumo has spoken on the media attention when becoming a Manchester United player. He said, I found it to be crazy, to be honest. Brian Mbeumo said after he went on the United States tour with United, he couldn't believe how big Manchester United were, and he knew that they were big. He knew that we were big, and he knew that we had a lot of pull, obviously being a childhood fan, but he didn't realise how much scrutiny would be on Manchester United. Hopefully he deals well with the pressure. I feel like Mbeumo is a type of player to keep his head cool. So, hopefully he doesn't crumble under that pressure. Portuguese bias admin. I will be very sad if Amarim is showing Portuguese bias to Delo, honestly. Xerxes can't stay fit. He will stay fit this season, mark my words. Safer, with respect, you're not making structured and logical arguments, you're just going on your own feelings. Brian, fitness is a point of concern, to be honest. I reckon he'll be up to speed for like 60 minutes on Saturday. I think he did look gassed against Fiorentina, but his fitness did improve as the match went on. So yeah, I think Brian's gonna have a good endurance for Saturday. What else do we have here, folks? So Brian Mbeumo also spoke on Cunha. He said, Cunha is a very good player. We were able to share a few training sessions together, which is important for building chemistry. We did some exercises for the forwards. We have a certain freedom, but there are principles to respect. So I'd imagine that's in relation to running back and getting back. The forwards do have a lot of freedom in movement, seeing who wants to play in which positions, but there are going to be principles when we get back. I mean, we've already noticed it in pre-season that when we lose the ball, the players do literally sprint back, and it has improved massively from last season, when there would just be a giant gaping hole in the midfield. But we still have to wait and see if that reflects in the Premier League. Another little side story for you folks. Harry Maguire has come out backing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Harry Maguire had this to say on Solskjaer, saying he did an unbelievable job. He said that he'll probably speak more about Ole when he retires. The way he set us up was probably the best I've felt in a team. We didn't have the best team, but we were well coached. And that is one of the points that does not get mentioned near enough with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The fact that Manchester United really didn't have like the strongest of squads under him, and yet he still managed to get a second in the league. So it is a shame that he did get sacked before we got that central defensive midfielder in Casemiro. I think Ole could have really done stuff with Casemiro in the midfield, but that's part of football. Where are we? I felt genuine sorry for Rasmus having to do a video showcasing a new kit. They should have left him out of it. I mean, I don't feel much sorry for him. I mean, he's contracted, isn't he? He's getting paid a ridiculous amount every week to represent Manchester United. So as long as he's representing Manchester United, I don't think it's ridiculous for him to have to do that. What's a perfect transfer window for you guys? I don't think we're going to get Donnarumma, so I'd say perfect transfer window at this point. Cunha and Buemo, Šeško, Baleba and Lemens, if that's how you say him. I think that would be the perfect transfer window at this point. What about you, what would be the perfect transfer window for you? Brian will be okay. He's shown fitness isn't a problem at Brentford. And moving on, let's go to some behind the scenes of the Benjamin Šeško deal. So Benjamin Šeško's agent has come out speaking about negotiating with Manchester United, saying that Matt Hargreaves was a ruthless negotiator, which you love to hear if you are a Manchester United fan. He also added on Benjamin Šeško potentially moving to Arsenal and choosing Manchester United over Newcastle. He responded with, Benjamin Šeško's dream was always Manchester United. So, I mean, can we believe it from his agent? Obviously, his agent's got his interests in order, but I do think that Šeško has been linked to United for a long time, and I think he does seem like the type of player who sees United as a big club over Arsenal. So yeah, I do believe those quotes from Benjamin Šeško's agent. I do think that's the truth. Do you think Šeško starts Sunday? You know what, Ethan? I think he does. I actually think he does. Because I don't think there's much point starting Rasmus. Maybe for Rasmus to say goodbye to the Old Trafford fans, but I don't see much point. Like, what if he gets injured? Does that mean that we're stuck with him? I don't think Rasmus is going to get much game time, if any. I think Šeško will start. He has been obviously performing in pre-season with Leipzig, so I doubt that he's going to be like in terrible condition. The thing with Ole was we actually played a style of football counter-attacking. I know. We played a style of football counter-attacking, and yet supposedly he had no tactics. So yeah, I mean, sometimes I hate this fan base. I'm sorry I don't accept that narrative from Maguire. He said that everything had to be adapted around CR7. Who said everything had to be adapted around CR7? That's simply not true. Players at Chelsea were made acutely aware that they would have to work harder to accommodate Hazard's lack of work rate due to Hazard being able to win them the games. Hazard still had work rate though, if we're being honest. Like, he didn't run backwards, but he did press. And also at the time, they had a three at the back system, so they didn't necessarily have to man mark with Hazard. Like, Hazard kind of got a free run because they had three at the back and two wing backs. So they were already defensively sound with their formation. So you're kind of comparing apples and oranges with Ronaldo and Hazard there. He can say goodbye in an Instagram post. He's actually good at those. That is poor from you, Ethan, but very good. We're giving you the dubs. That is a good one. I will actually applaud that one from Ethan Johnson. From Moments of Pure Genius. Imagine we pull a Leicester this season. Just imagine. I mean, if we do, then I don't know what to say. I'm gonna lose my head. I'm gonna lose my head if we win the league. I've never seen I've never seen Manchester United win the league, so I'd be very hyped for that. But let's move on to the main event of this evening. Jadon, the pleb Sancho. So, Roma have made a £20 million bid for Manchester United winger Jadon Sancho. Offer currently under consideration, as reported by Ben Jacobs. We've also seen Indicator report the same. AS Roma have submitted a £20 million permanent bid for Jadon Sancho. The decision is up to him and Manchester United, according to Fabrizio Romano. Our sources are stating that Sancho will need big payout from United to make this move, says Indicator. Hopefully, their sources are incorrect on that. Ben Jacobs also added on Jadon Sancho. Roma are now in club-to-club talks with different structures being explored after making an offer worth £20 million. Manchester United prefer a permanent exit. Roma have discussed buying Sancho outright as well as a loan move with a conditional obligation. So yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully it's a full sale instead of another like loan with obligation to buy. I mean, we don't want to see another situation where they weasel out of it like Chelsea did. Andre Onana is ready to start for Manchester United against Arsenal on Sunday. However, the decision is now resting with Ruben Amorim. So yeah, Onana is ready, but does Amorim want to play him? I think Amorim will probably start Onana, because I think there is a big drop-off between him and Bayindir, even though they both can make terrible mistakes. If we win the league, I'm coming to the bus parade, says Ethan. I will see you there, Ethan, if we win the league. I will see you there, mate. Casemiro. So, Casemiro, when asked who will win the Premier League this season, did say very optimistically Manchester United, with a cheeky smile to British GQ. So, let's see if that comes into reality as well. But that does appear to be all the Manchester United news, folks. Let me see if there's anything that's come out while we've gone live, and then we'll call it an evening there. What do we have? So a Brighton journalist has shared this on Carlos Baleba. Brighton have not agreed to sell Carlos Baleba to Manchester United at this stage, but talks have now been held between the two clubs after initial talks with Baleba's agent. Baleba is keen on the move to United, but Brighton will not be bullied into a sale. Brighton are tough negotiators. They know how to get their money's worth. They definitely know how to get their money's worth. But yeah, apparently we are literally negotiating with the club now, so that is all we're waiting for. All we're waiting for is a bid, people. Hopefully that comes any second. But please, if you are new to the Old Truthford YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and cheeky voice crack, and we'll probably call it a night there. If we win the league, I'm coming to a bus parade. Sancho won't go to Roma. I hope he does. I don't think Roma is the right move for his career. He can't do a thing against from low blocks. I don't know. I think with enough of a payout, we can get rid of Sancho to Roma. But gentlemen, hope you all have a delightful evening. We will be going live tomorrow, and we'll probably be posting a video tomorrow as well, going over admin's Premier League predictions. But for now, hope you all have a delightful evening, and hopefully see you tomorrow. But for now, Godspeed.